All right, we're continuing with word problems with rational expressions, but I think you're going to find this is a lot easier than the last section. So what we're dealing with, I sliced it here because this is just its own niche kind of a problem where we're going to deal with rates. And so in order to understand this, let's start working with our table here. So we've got two printing presses, and it can take 6 hours to finish a job, 12 hours to finish a job. So we're going to turn that into a rate per hour. So 1/6 of that per hour, 1/12 of that per hour. So let's talk about how long it would take them to do it together. We don't know. Let's suppose we put both presses working together to get this done, but we don't know their rate. So what we're interested here is this. We've turned it into 1/t, where we'd like to know the rate per hour when they work together. All right, so we're going to turn this into a rational expression. The two presses are working together to finish the job. Well, how long is it going to take them? Well, we know how to handle this. Well, they're doing it by the LCDs, but we would do the same thing. I'm just going to get a common denominator. This one would need a 2 on the top and the bottom, and a t. This one just needs a t. This one would need 12. So jumps us down to the same spot. They're doing a different method, but we get here. So we solve this, and t is 4. So we wondered how long it would take them to do it together, and just simply by turning it into rates, we've figured it out. Okay, let's do it again here. So we've got gardener number 1, we've got gardener number 2, and then we're going to see of them working together. Okay, so the first gardener can do it in 4. The second gardener can do it in 6, and we don't know about doing it together, so we're going to call that t. Now let's make these rates. Okay, so now they're rates. Now they're per hour. Okay, let's put the guys together, or gals, whoever this is. And we are looking for their rate if they work together. Now, let's do, these are them. Now that we've got this set up, we should be fine with this. We're going to get a common denominator here. I'm going to make this all over 12t. So okay, so this one, to get to 12t, needed a 3 and a t. This one, to get to 12, needed 2t. And this one had the t, he needs the 12. So I know that's hard to read. I shouldn't have used t's. That's what they did on the last one, and it's not very user-friendly. Hold on. I've got to change this. I've got to make these x's. This is not legible. So we're making this 1 over x. Okay, so we're going to turn into 12. He's going to need 3x. He's going to need 2x. And he's going to need 12. So now our equation becomes 3x plus 2x equals 12. And the bottom doesn't matter because it matches. So we've got 5x equals 12. So what would that be? That would be 2 2/5. And then we could make that 2.4 hours, whatever we want. So, okay, try this one on your own. If you want to try it, otherwise you can just watch me. I got Carrie, I got her mother, and I got the two of them working together. All right, Carrie can do it in 7. Her mom can do it in 3. And together we don't know. So let's turn these into rates. All right, I'm going to make it 21 for the numbers. 21x is what we're going for. So he needs a 3 and an x. He needs a 7 and an x. And he needs a 21. So we've got 3x plus 7x equals 21, because we can now ignore the denominators. We've got 10x equals 21. So x must be 21 over 10, which would be, what would that be as a decimal? 2.1. and this is hours. Okay, now they're going to twist it just slightly. I think what they're going to tell us is we know how fast they can do it together. So Corey can do it in 4. Together they can do it in 2. We want to know Casey. Well, same thing. We're going to turn them all into rates. Now we're going to add them up. We're just looking for something slightly different, but it's going to be the same process. We're going to get our equation. We don't do it the same way they're shown, but it gets to the same result. We solve this and we get to 4 hours. Okay, so we got 2 hoses trying to do a job. It takes, all right, so they start us off by telling us it's 10 together. It takes 126, and we don't know about the second one. So we'll turn it into rates, and we're going to put them together. Okay, I don't like the numbers they've given us, but there's probably a lower LCD than I'm going to do, but it'll still work. If I'm going to give this guy 10x, I'm going to give this guy 26 times 10, and I'm going to give this guy 26 times x. So that's going to get me 10x. This is going to get me, oh sorry, do it on the bottom and the top. This is going to get 260. This is going to get 26x. Alright, now we don't need the denominators because we got it to match. So I'm going to get 16x equals 260. And I don't know that and don't want to try, so we're going to just divide it on my calculator. Okay, so we get x is 16.25 hours. Okay, last one. I didn't think there was much in this one. So we got 2 girls working on something, Kara and Cindy, and we have together. Okay, together they can do it in 4. Cindy can do it in 6 by herself. We don't know about Kara. So let's make them rates. And let's add them up. So common denominator here would be, let's go with 12x is what we're going for. So this one needs to be multiplied by 12. This one needs to be multiplied by 2x. And this one 3x. Okay, I'm going to subtract 2x over. I get 12 equals 1x. So x is 12 hours. Now I noticed I kind of did this in a different way. So like let me go back and show you, make sure it makes sense before we end this one. What I could do here is, I'm in my head going, okay, what's the lowest number that I could turn the 6 and the 4 into? Which isn't exactly how, so I see they could become 12. But if I wanted to do this exactly like how we've been doing it, so it makes sense, I just factored them all. So what this one needs, they share a 2, so this one needs another 3 and another 2. This one needs another 2 and an x. This one needs another 3 and an x. So I was doing the same thing, but so if you need to see it that way, that's totally fine. That's how we're doing it. I just looked at 6 and 4 and saw 12. Let's make it all over 12x as the LCD. So I think these rate ones were much easier. I mean, much easier than the other ones. Just find the rate of everyone individually, then you got the together. Make them all rates by putting them under 1, and then just add them up.